talk on, I'll give an outline on India-US defense cooperation. A lot of heat, no slides, no nothing. I'll just give you my viewpoint. Uh, Mr. Modi went to USA. A lot of talk about Indian defense capabilities will be enhanced. They're offering F-35. A lot of debate going on. Everything. So I'll take you through a few issues which I thought are important when we talk of India-US defense cooperation, and what are the major issues which would go into the fact whether we buy the F-35 or not. Just because Mr. Trump has said we should take the F-35, it doesn't matter. We don't need it. We need it, we'll take it. If we don't need it, we shouldn't take it. That's the simple answer. But let's talk of India-US defense cooperation. India-US defense cooperation is very important for India and for USA, because good defense cooperation is the bedrock of the Indo-Pacific strategy, also the Quad, and also the India-US strategic partnership. So the three things which Indo-US defense cooperation underpins. Now we've signed some foundational agreements earlier, LEMOA, GISMOA, all that. Logistics agreement, communication, and general assistance, and in sharing, and all that. So there's already something in place. And this India-US defense cooperation didn't start today. It started between talks and based on talks by Mr. Stroke Talbot, who was then the defense secretary, and Mr. Jaswant Singh, our defense secretary then, around 2000. It has come up step by step. It's now 25 years old. What are the various aspects of this? The various aspects of this are arms buying and selling, training, in sharing, logistics, communications, technology transfer, and disaster management. Yeah. Huge. Disaster management, the whole thing started taking off based on disaster management and the tsunami of 2004. That's when USA realized that India has tremendous capabilities, which at times it doesn't have. USA. So that's how it is. Yeah, we need technology. There's no doubt about it. We need certain arms. We need aircraft. We need certain ISR items, intelligence. We need help in many places. There's no doubt. Okay. But they need us. Without India, they can't go anywhere in the Indian Ocean region. And they realize that now. They themselves are saying that West Arabian, they need India. North Arabian Sea, West Indian Ocean region, they need us. When the Houthis blocked Bab el Mandeb, that side in the Red Sea, US was operating, this side Indian Navy was operating. There was the Chinese Navy, there was a Pakistani Navy, they were not there. We kept the sea lanes open. People have to understand that. Right. So there is a lot of interaction which is taking place. US ships come take part in exercise Malabar, which has grown over years. Our ships, our aircraft, and our men go and train with USA. They've come here. We had Yuddha Abhyas. Yuddha Abhyas was a exercise between the Indian Army and the Special Forces of USA along the LAC, just short of the LAC. China panicked. We carried out exercises in the deserts. We trained them in counterinsurgency and jungle warfare because we are experts at it. So there are a lot of things happening in sharing. Yangtze incident, they did give us hint. I mean, no one has confirmed it to me, but a newspaper reports say that they gave hint. Okay, and then We've had major arms purchases from them because we have had problems with Russia, not otherwise, because Russia was not able to give us what we wanted. Plus, we were likely to go under sanctions. To balance that out, we said let's go to USA, and USA, at that point of time, met our requirements. We bought the ULH from them. We bought the C-17, the Globemaster, a transport aircraft. We got the Chinooks. The Chinooks and the ULH are joint proposals. Because in high altitudes, you need the Chinooks to take the UL ultralight howitzers. We've got the P-8 Poseidon aircraft, P-81, maritime patrol aircraft, maritime patrol and reconnaissance aircraft, MQ-9 Reapers, right? We've ordered for the Apaches, which have not yet come, they're not yet delivered. The F404 engines, which you need for Tejas, under delivery. Then we are talking of javelins, strikers, all that, and F-35. Yesterday I had a talk with Sandeep Punithan and Air Marshal Diptendu Chaudhary, senior Air Force officer, on this whole story. It's up on the net. Have a look at it. I'll put all this talk also up on the net tomorrow separately. There are a lot of views which are coming. Oh, we should buy F-19, F-35 or not. I'm not going to give an opinion whether we buy F-35 or not. But let's see what are the factors which you have to take into account. And these are the factors you have to take into account holistically, not individually. What is the cost of the F-35? Do you have the budget for it? We have to understand, with the current budget which is being allotted for the defense, which is barely 1.9% of your GDP, the F-35 is unaffordable. You need separate budget for it. That's the first point. The second point is, if I'm paying so much for this equipment, is it worth paying so much for one piece? I mean, look at it this way. Each piece is supposed to be $80 million. If I have to give $80 million for one aircraft, can I have 8 BrahMos missiles in view? 80. Sorry, each BrahMos missile is about $1 million. I'm just putting a ballpark figure. Can I have 80 BrahMos missiles in view? Will they do the same work as one F-35? Or can I have 4 Rafales or 3 Rafales? Will they? And then you have to war game it out. And the Indian Air Force has tools to war game it out as to, can you find offsets? Your doctrines have to change, your force structure has to change. Or can I go in for more missiles at this point of time and wait for an alternative aircraft which I can get? Unlike many others, India has options still. Now, people say, no, we need the stealth capability, otherwise we can't match up with Pakistan and China. Does China have that much stealth capability? No, it doesn't. But does Pakistan have? No, it's all talk. There's a lot of talk in the air. There's a lot of Pakistani misinformation, Chinese disinformation, competitor disinformation, and then political disinformation going around. There are 4 types of disinformation about this equipment which you should understand. I said Pakistan-China-based disinformation, political disinformation, peer competitors, their disinformation. Others who are in the fray, their disinformation. There are a lot of paid media, a lot of paid news is coming out. I can make it out. Okay. So then you have to see what is your operational capability which you need to attain with the F-35 or without the F-35, what is the thing? Because that operational capability which you need is not negotiable. Okay? Not negotiable. So what will constitute that operational capability? Okay, I'll say 5 F-35s, 10 Rafales, 20 BrahMos, ballpark figures. Or can I do without F-35, more of Rafale, more of BrahMos? Or can I need F-35s, I can't afford 5, I'll buy 3. I'll make do with 3, I'll change my tactics. Or any of these combination can come in. This is the way you do, planning, operational planning. So then you see what's people would be already saying, what's the life cost of a F-35? Because equipment like F-35, for that matter, any equipment which comes into service, lasts in service for about 30 to 35 years, 3 decades. Take the MiGs, 50 years. So what's the life cycle cost? What will be the maintenance costs? Will America give me guarantees that for the complete life cycle of this equipment, will I get support? Will I get support for upgradation? Is there an upgradation clause in this? So if all this is there, fine. Then go ahead, and you have the money, go ahead. If you don't have, don't go ahead. But we are not the ones to say so. And let me tell you, any one particular capability will not win the war tomorrow, anytime. I keep quoting, how did Taliban win the war against USA? USA had FT-22 Raptors and everything. Yet Taliban won. So leave that. But we need a capable Air Force. Our Air Force has to be capable. There's no doubt about it. We need a sixth stealth aircraft. Whether I get that stealth aircraft from France or from USA or Russia, that's a matter of process. And I should get it. I have alternatives today. Why not play the alternatives? And I see the government of India playing the alternatives. Just because Trump has said, I'll give you F-35, it doesn't mean anything. And we're not going to take it also in a hurry. If we have to take it, we'll take it. But anyway, the procedure, I'll come to it, is not going to be in a hurry. Okay. And I can tell you, you take it from me in writing and you can hold me. F-35s won't come to India during the tenure of Trump. I'm making a statement. Because that's the way our structure is. So far, they have not given us what they are already supposed to give as per the contract. Here, the process is not started. So it's out of question. It will come if it has to come in its own time. So don't be in a hurry that I need F-35 today. Without 35 today, I will die. Nothing will happen. But do you need a stealth aircraft? You need. Okay, let's look at it. Why do you need F-35? It gives you stealth capability. And it gives you, in an Air Force of our size, what we need, you need numbers. People are talking, okay, from 45, 42 squadrons, you come down to 30 plus squadrons, whatever the number is. You have to make good, and plus more are going out of the equation. So you need to make up good your aircraft. And in Air Forces at a critical point, you need, if you want to have adequate number of aircraft, you need to have more inputs into the system. It's not only Tejas, AMCA will come. It's not as if because you get this, that will get killed. That can't be your strategy. Your strategy should be, if I take the F-35, I'll still go ahead with the AMCA, I'll go ahead with. If I take the F-35, someone should guarantee me, look, they'll help us with the AMCA. I should still go in for Rafales. I might tomorrow go in back for Su-30s, which is your bulk of your fleet today. It's not only the Air Force. What about the Navy? You have 2 aircraft carriers. You want to get a 3rd aircraft carrier. And if you need shore-based aircraft, you need more aircraft. If you need more aircraft, and if F-35, 1, 2, 3 squadrons come, it's good. So you need to have a balance. People are saying, hey, India बात ही करता रहता है. नहीं, अगर बात ही करता रहता है, कितना बड़ा एयरफोर्स कहां से आ गया भाई? So you have to be patient in all this. Now, I'll just give you, look this fellow. You can't get everything, uncle. You think I don't know my nephew ji, I must tell all people who are doubting. I was the man who got the M777 in India, ultralight howitzer. And after dealing with the US government for good about 8, 9 years, it took me 8 years to get it in. I suppose things would get a little shorter now because the relations are better. At that time, it wasn't that good. I know how it happens. I've done it. And that is why a guy like Sandeep Punithan calls me live to discuss this. Because they know who have done what. In fact, the US government calls me and says, how can you help us? Just for your information, for all those fools who are doubting me. Okay, then we have to see what support USA will give us. Do we have strategic and operational autonomy after we get it? What are the things which happen? All these issues have to be taken into account. Do we have alternatives for F-35 in terms of buying things from Russia and all that? Yes, definitely. Do we have political and geopolitical compulsions of buying it? This is a factor which the government will take into account, right? So we need to understand then what can we give back to the USA? Okay, let's buy the F-35. Will USA establish repair centers here for their entire fleets in this area? Why should their aircraft go back to USA for repair? Let them come to India for repair. Why should their ships go somewhere else for repair? Why can't they come to India? That moment has started incidentally. Yeah? I know for sure L&T shipyard is now qualified to do refit of American ships. It's been inspected, everything. And I probably the first ship will come for refit. So can India become something else? So UK, fine, your cooperation has to increase. Okay. MRO is not only MRO is medium repair organization, maintenance and repair organization. MRO is not only for fighter aircraft. What about civil aircraft? What about Boeings? Can they be done all in India? Because there's so many flying here. Why should a Indigo plane from India go to USA for its maintenance or go somewhere else for its maintenance? Why can't we have hubs here? Because through hubs you'll get technology. There are different methods. What about offsets? So a lot of spares can be bought here, or they have to buy items from India. So all these negotiations will take place. If all this comes into the right, framework, then everything is good. We should buy. If it doesn't come, we will not buy. And so don't get. I would suggest to all of you, don't get hassled into this. And then there's the issue of the foreign military sales procedure. I'll spend a couple of minutes on that, and then I'll take questions. The foreign military sales procedure of USA is unique. They have a procedure, and all their sales, all what we buy is only through that procedure. As per that, before you even say give up, see, the first start for that is a letter of request. That means you're requesting the US government to provide you so many aircraft or whatever. But before you give that request, formal request, it takes time. It took me personally nearly 2 years. Oh, more than that. It took us nearly 3 years to initiate that letter of request. Because we had to understand this whole story. We had to understand that equipment. We had to understand everything. In fact, we carried out trials. So it is not as if this F-35 will be taken just like that. There will be trials. Then we will seek modifications. All these will be agreed. And then a letter of request will be given. And then there will be negotiations of the deal proper. How much space, where, training, this, that, induction, what will be the delivery schedule, all that. And then will be the induction. Just think MQ9. We've been talking. I've been hearing of this talk of MQ9 since the time I was in service, 2016, 24. They've not been fully delivered. Takes time. So F-70, F-35, if you talk today, earliest is 6 years. You take it from in writing. So what we need to understand is these things take time. Okay. And we need to be patient about it and not just go haywire with our thoughts. Yeah. But having said that, we need to discuss and debate it because it's a lot of money. Is it good or not? You have to have four different views. It's not only on this, it's also on the larger issue of is so much dependency on USA good? Is it happening at our cost? I'm going to do this. I'm going to take this forward. This is only an introductory talk. I've already gone public on certain platforms. So I'll get more, experts on this whole thing as it unfolds. So be patient. Right. Thanks a lot. With this, I'll now take questions.